it's like you'll never, and it'll teach you. That's the shit it taught me. If a motherfucker is willing to snitch, then he has not thought about the shit that he's done. That's that sucker shit.
Yeah.
If you out there doing certain things and you haven't thought about, oh shit, this is gonna give me 25 to life, and for me to get away with that shit, oh, I might have to tell him away. If you sitting in that room, that shit will come to you.
Yeah.
You'll think about your girl, your kids, your family, and be like, man, fuck that nigga.
Yeah.
It'll really come down to how close you are. So the way I thought about it, if I don't do the shit, I ain't got to worry about none of that. Nope. Exactly. With some green back in the day, in the 90s, in the 90s with some green, the most you getting is some 6 months, maybe in county, but you ain't doing no prison shit.
Let me out the car, though.
Huh?
I said, let me out the car, though.
Exactly. Hey, you a real man in that shit. For you to say, nah, fuck that shit, I ain't with it. That's some man shit.
I know where you got out the car last night, cuz.
Maybe there'll come a time when I won't be sad and lonely.
Yo, what's good? This is another episode of AMSM, man. You see it, you know, we in motherfucking Halloween, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, we got some special guests in here. I'm gonna start off with our normal guests, you know what I'm saying? To my right, you know, got the homie.
Reverend the model in the building, you already know.
Yeah. Well, I said guest, my bad, you know.
Yeah, pause, whatever, you know, all that good stuff.
And over there, you got the homie Steph.
Hello.
Bane and shit, you know what I'm saying?
We got Bane tonight.
We got Blood. Yeah.
Roan
right here, Roan.
Be on that.
We got an avid listener and we talk about this nigga all the time.
Nah, we got Beetlejuice.
Don't say it 3 times.
You got 2 more.
Got Wayne in here. Frvnkie in here. You know, and Josh. But I don't know what he going as right now. You know what I'm saying? You got
Morbius.
Yeah.
Demon
That's
joint.
the fucking devil.
And I got Sunset over here too, man. He in here chilling with us today and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we just want to do something real quick.
Is that a goatee?
This nigga Steph is like full bang.
Yeah. You gotta do the compliments 100%.
Nigga said full Bane though, didn't he? That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
I mean, sure.
For sure. Shit, we was just talking about, we was just some street shit, But yeah, Halloween, man, just having a good time and shit. What's up, man? What's popping, What's with everybody?
Same old,
talking
same
about
old.
that dirt shit. That's how it got
Dirt shit. That's crazy.
That's how it got on it. That's how we started talking about it.
You know how dumb it is? Like to me, it's like niggas come from the bottom. Certain niggas come like me. I like to call them like in football, like all Mad, like pro, all Madden. Like Barry Fonz like an all Madden hood. Like where Dirk from, like all Madden hood. Like to make it out, and then you get rich, and then you about to do the rest of your life in jail, nigga.
Yeah.
Like you ain't have shit to lose.
You fumbled the bag, bro.
Right.
Like
you let down an army of people.
And you could have took that on the, like some people got karma coming to them, bro. It's like karmic energy and shit. Like no diss to nobody, nothing. But when you put energy out in the world like that, it's gonna come back to you.
It has to.
So like a nigga like Dirk, like even though that's your man's, you gotta protect the bag and respect the blessing, bro. Because if God bless you with bread like that, you can't be making no dumbass moves and doing shit like that. Allegedly.
Because it mess up so many other people around you.
Boy, my bad. Mess up your blessing,
I was going to say, Steph, recap what Frvnkie said because he ain't got no mic. So I wanted to make sure that people understood.
Yeah. No,
please recap what he said, please.
Well, I'm not really sure. But
he basically was talking about little Dirk shit.
My fault. All right.
But hold on, wait.
He was basically saying that when you come up, and then the next thing you know, you still doing neighborhood shit,
right?
And instead of actually representing,
coming up, bro.
Instead of actually representing some higher level,
a
level of manhood, I'll say.
When God bless you, you're supposed to protect your blessing.
When God bless you, you're supposed to protect your blessing.
These niggas be backwards, like. They don't be about the neighborhood shit until they get money.
Until they get money, yeah.
I don't know about that.
And then hold on.
I think it depends on the person.
It depends on the person, but a lot of these niggas don't be about the neighborhood shit until they get money, and then they start doing shit that they thought was cool before they was popping because it's easier now. Because
I think they do it because I will say this: when you do a bunch of dirt and you do a bunch of foul stuff,
Common.
You have to balance it out.
Yeah, common.
If you're not that type of person and you take that road. There's a lot of people, if y'all even think about the people y'all know, they not really in their heart killers. They're not really in their heart a bad person. They'll start to do something, so therefore they have to do something to balance it out. They'll be paying for little kids to get candy at the ice cream truck. You know what I'm saying? Turkey on Thanksgiving. Yeah. And somebody, and it also goes along with the simple fact, I think, if you go real hard in the game, there comes a point when you know it's gonna run out at some point. You're gonna have to go to jail, or you're gonna die, or you gotta stop. Yeah. So in those 3 decisions, you live almost every day like this might be it. Day. This might be it. Yeah. So let me do as much as I think that's where you start to see the heart of it. And I don't mean to go down a rabbit hole, but it makes me think about. It makes me think about. There's a book, The Shower Posse. I read that joint. I don't know if y'all know about the Jamaican joint. Yeah. One thing that I always remember, there was a festival in Jamaica they called Who the Bad Man, and what they would do was every year they would have this thing around. I think it's Trenchtown. I don't know it. Triboli. It's a particular place down that joint, but it's Who the Bad Man. And that day, you would invite everybody. Everybody would come, and everybody that you was like beefing with, that was the day you could kill it. And if you think about it, who's the bad man? Like, I got problem with Wayne all year. This nigga, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever he doing. That day is the day I can be like, man, you know I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, even though everything, who is the guy that's not going to come, or who's going to come and start some shit and not remember what you was talking about, neighborhood. How does it come around? How is it being about that family, neighborhood, and community type thing? So, again, I ain't going to keep going with the back. But it goes back to that. I think it's, like you said, when you do what you do, why'd you do it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And that goes back when we had that conversation about asking for forgiveness or some shit. If we did something or whatever, how would we be? You know, we ask for forgiveness if you knew you had a death penalty and shit.
Oh, yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, if I did something that I knew was giving me the death penalty, I already thought about that shit from the get. I already know I'm about to get that. So I'm not going. There's no point in me trying to make it right with God or asking for forgiveness and shit, because
I knew that's where I was headed.
But break it down. That's like, wait.
Because we was asking, like, would you, like, what was it? It was almost like, how would you like to know how long or whatever, or how quick do you want to go if you're on a death penalty? If you got the death penalty sentence added on you, you know what I'm saying? How long would you want to go? Do you niggas want to go to court to keep trying to fight it, to not die?
Y'all was talking about this joint because they got down in South Carolina.
I heard the part where you said not asking for forgiveness from
because
like what's the point of asking for forgiveness?
That's my thing. The thing was, it was like I think it was a Marvelous that said she would give it up to God and let God make the decision or whatever. And Paul was like, he would ask for forgiveness or something like that, as far as like as he's doing his
not
sentence.
To people, but to God.
To God personally.
Your relationship with
exactly. But my thing is, if you're gonna do something that's gonna land that, like, what you asking for forgiveness for?
Well, I mean, why'd you do it?
Yeah, exactly.
I think
that's the point, though.
What was the reason?
But the whole thing happened because this dude came out and said that his man didn't do a murder, that his man was on murder or was on death penalty for. And he came out a day before he was about to die and said that he didn't do it. I made that up. His man testified against him, so he still died. You feel what I'm saying? But it was just like, you know.
What does it matter at that point?
Not really. It was just like, how long would you want to be sentenced for if you knew you had a death penalty? How quick would you want to go? You know what I'm saying? Would you want to? You know what I'm saying? If you got sentenced to a death penalty, how quick do you want to go? Pretty much, that's what it was.
Nah, I hear you. That's.
You know. So
I think for real, when you think about that death row, that joint right there is just some treacherous.
That joint different.
I know sit there every day. You're already in prison. You sit there every day and think about knowing it's coming.
Yeah.
Not even knowing when it's
coming. And you don't know when.
Yeah.
But look, just
and who determines that? How the fuck do they determine that?
Like us as black people though, there was like niggas was going on death row for shit they didn't even do before, like and like legit,
it's always coming out
and like couldn't even like, you know what I mean? Like,
but what about us as white people though?
Are you white?
Man, are you white, bro?
Nobody knows.
I wouldn't actually say you're white. You might be a European American or something like that. But I think there's a difference. I make a difference between the two.
I just want to throw all you can in there real quick. That's all.
No, I'm just saying, like, think of alright, fuck that. Like,
you got black roots, man.
Fuck race. Think about how many innocent people
mixed
died
roots
under death row.
But I'll say, even to your point about the when you say this, would you say white or did you? Say
no,
white?
I was just joking. It wasn't even worth digging into. It was more of a.
You said it. You did. Say
absolutely, I said it. I said it for the sole purpose. I said it for the sole purpose of ha ha ha. All right. That was the sole purpose of saying it. It was not to dig into.
I got you. Just in case they was thinking that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. In case y'all forgot.
What about the box?
But I will say I make a difference. You know, we talked about that shit. I make a difference. Excuse me for the language, but I make a difference between European American and white. And the reason why I do that is because some people I grew up with, they light skinned. They'll say I'm Italian American or I'm Irish American or they'll stick to the culture and ethnicity that they come from as opposed to going, and it's almost like they make a point. I'm not
against
white.
where hood they, you know
from, what I'm saying? Because I'm from the highway. They a lot of people that I grew up with, they come from a working class, so they don't actually think to the simple fact that someday I'm gonna reach some white status. You understand what I'm saying? They know where we from. That people look at them like, nah, you ain't white. You from down there on the highway. You white trash. You if really, you understand what I'm saying? That's why I make that.
Yeah, but at the same time, as someone quote unquote from that culture, I would say that you'd be ignorant to ignore your white privilege.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because
no question.
Because a lot of those same type of people will, try to stand. I'm from the hood too, and I'm this, that, and the third. But at the same time,
my privilege?
you still got you may not acknowledge it, but you still got white privilege.
See,
I like you know what I mean, like.
But that's
why I say, as far as what I say, there comes a point at this particular 2024 that you're either anti-racist or you just kind of sitting there, kind of letting people say certain things around you, but you won't go at them for it. You understand what I'm saying? But so just what you said, I think at some point it's like where you at in the spectrum. Is if somebody in front of you saying some wild things on some racial, are you gonna check them? Because I expect the European Americans I grew up with that I just spoke about, that if somebody say something wild in front of them, you gonna check them. And if you don't check them, I'm gonna check you. Like if that's in the moment, I'm gonna check in the moment. But if I don't know about, I don't know about. But I really give respect to a type of person that knows, nah, I ain't gonna let that shit slide. I know.
No question.
I know wrong.
No question.
I know
wrong is
my
wrong.
man that
Wrong
I
is
grew
wrong.
up with.
Right.
Because I'll say this: even what I said on the highway, there's economical levels. I went to parties with people that like had elevators in their house. That lived at Mount Vernon, but they went to the high school with. But at the same time, I had people I knew that was in Section 8. You know what I'm saying? On some crack type, those levels of depression or poverty. You know what I mean? But there's so many different levels. So in our DMV area, I think that's really
it's a lot of
it's a beautiful thing. That
neighborhood right around the corner. That neighborhood is right around the corner.
We might know somebody. We might know Section 8. But we know somebody else and they follow my old 6 dealership type thing. You know what I mean?
And then like I'm gonna tell you like real shit. Like so at my job recently, like my niggas like they all from the highway went to West Potomac, all that shit, right? But they with niggas, but they might be Asian or whatever.
Right.
I don't be like when like some people like that's from an all black neighborhood, they be tripping off of Spanish niggas or like I'm saying Spanish niggas, white niggas, Asian niggas, whatever.
They try to trip off the blackness.
They saying that word nigga. It's like nigga, you tripping. It's a different like if I grew up with number like we from Arlington, bro. It's number like white, Spanish, Ethiopian, everything.
Right.
So it's like, bro, I'm not tripping if niggas say nigga. If we from the same hood, if we from the same exact, like I grew up with you my whole life, Like to me,
we talked about this before.
I actually But I actually think you should have some sort of level of respect to it. Like, at the same time, I can't stand somebody
He's
try to
100% right.
Try to tell me because they grew up in a certain neighborhood.
He is 100%
If I don't know you, watch your mouth.
You can't say it. You can't say it.
Exactly.
You can't say it.
Exactly. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Right.
It don't matter.
You still gotta have a certain level
Watch your
of
mouth.
respect.
Watch your mouth.
It's like if I grew up with
You don't got that vouch card.
It's like what's that joint? Black Eyed Peas at the Bama. Will I Am. He grew up in East.
He's Mexican.
Yeah, but I'm Spanish.
Don't do that. What I'm saying is What I'm saying is he grew up in a Mexican neighborhood.
Right.
So there's a certain level of respect that he gives to the culture and that ethnicity. But at the same time, I don't think he get it effed up. He spoke on it before.
He did.
There was times he went to a video and they told him, nah, he ain't from the neighborhood. Don't let him dance. And the people that from it was like, nah, he from our hood. Like, what you talking about? But at the same time, I think, again, it goes back to honor. I grew up with all types of ethnicity and cultures. At the high school I went to, they said it was over 300 nationalities and ethnicities. At the same time, that doesn't Mount Vernon. At the same time, that doesn't give me a pass
at all
to talk about somebody's ethnicity and culture as though because I grew up with you. At all, I hate that. Yeah. Like I told the dude on my page, came on my page. We was against that Trump thing, right? I said something about it, and the next thing he was like, "Yeah, because I slept with the black woman before she was my girlfriend. She told me all about the systematic." I said, "Nigga, you just slept with a black woman. Like, that don't give you no pass to speak on certain ethnicity and certain culture facts and science. You can't. You gotta respect it.
I mean, you gotta defend it though. You know, you probably do this.
Right, so why you? Because it's a thing. That's some cornball shit. That's some cornball. That's cornball. Yeah. If let's say I just got whatever ethnicity as my woman, and I say, yeah, my girl, you know, she, and that gives me a pass to say something. No, speak on your own square.
Like you said, it's all about respect. So like, I mean, we've talked about it before, but as someone of mixed race, you know what I mean? Like I have the pass around my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Mixed race. I've always been mixed race.
He's always been mixed race.
So go ahead, keep going.
So, but as someone that's mixed race, you know, like I've always had the pass around the way.
But
of course. If I pull up with Nick,
shit was around the way.
Right.
Yes. Right. Around the
if
way.
I pull up with Nick takes me to a random hood in Harlem for sake of discussion, and we pull up with a whole bunch of black people.
You ain't got to pass with them.
Just run around and freely say the N-word.
But
no,
you ain't got to pass with them.
They don't know me. They don't know my background. They don't assume.
Why would you even like try to even like?
They don't know my history. They don't know my background.
We will all ride for you.
Absolutely. But
then when we get back to the crib and be like, yo, nigga, you was wild. Why would you do that? You was bugging.
It don't make no sense.
What you got to say? Play your motherfucking I'm cool card. But I say this, it was a dude. Y'all know that white boy. That white boy rapper, Yellow Wolf.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that dude said it one time. He said, "I grew up around all types of people. I grew up all right, boy. I grew up with all types of people." And for I think it was
hit me tomorrow, yo.
I grew up in Tennessee. He said the whole N-word, and like I said, the European American.
Right.
He said I will smack this. I will be ready to smack somebody for actually coming out their mouth and saying the N-word. Like my boys around me, he said I'm not cool with that. And if somebody do that around me, I'ma check them. And I bet you if they're around me long enough, they're not gonna do that. And what he said was, he said we come up where that Confederate flag can be really misunderstood and you can disrespect people real quick. He wasn't for the Confederate flag. But he said is that for me to try to pretend and play this because, like you were saying, because I know I got a bunch of black friends. Yeah. To try to pretend like I can say the N-word around somebody else, that's stupid. He said I don't say it because it becomes confusion at that moment. Why did he just do that? Yeah. So why even try? Right. Why even do it?
Yeah. I don't want to have to explain myself. I don't want to have to say, "Oh, I'm technically I have some black in me," and da 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 da. My dad's black and da da da. I don't want to have to go into all that. Right. You're judging me off my skin color, cool. Which is I'm not gonna walk in a random room and be like, "Yo, my nigga, what's good?" That's not. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. Unless I'm around people I'm familiar with, you know what I mean, and like it.
And just, they love you for.
I'm setting myself up for failure.
There's a certain level of respect they have for you. and they know you have that same respect for
them. And we know who he is.
Right. There's an honor. There's a code of honor there.
You're setting yourself up for failure if you're a random motherfucker that expected to get away with that. That's stupid.
And I think you're a bad man in that sense.
I got a friend who's an Arab. He was saying it through like middle school. He didn't really understand like what he was saying, but the more time like he spent with us, like he said like the respect, so that he only says it around us. He don't say it, like just randomly.
Right. But then it's also hold on real quick. Also like we talking about, but that's been around us or whatever. Micah's for example.
Micah said never say that.
Micah would never say it.
He would never say it.
No. That's respect. But the word doesn't fit for Micah.
It does. I feel you. Yeah.
What is his ethnicity?
He's Greek, for real.
I got you. But see, that's what I mean. There's a certain level of I mess with
but his
I
wouldn't even trip if he would.
Right. It's not.
He said it.
His parents wouldn't never.
No. I wouldn't trip, but it would throw me for a loop because it wouldn't be organic.
It wouldn't be organic. I feel you. It wouldn't be natural.
It wouldn't be natural. It wouldn't be organic.
But what y'all saying? That's crazy. What you saying? Yeah. That's crazy. I think there's a certain level of when a person is like that. I got certain people I know.
What, thinking about him saying it?
Yeah. What I'm saying is crazy.
But the way Micah's grew up with us, but you know his folks. You know what I'm saying? They would have never tolerated it. They would have checked people back in the day. Type, you know what I'm saying? Type people if they can't. So
obviously you can't, but
I still think there's a level of
you don't gotta.
Just the fact y'all brought it up and y'all realized about the person y'all talking about.
Yeah, he just left it.
It says something about the level of respect that person.
That's my dog.
So what I mean by that
man took the stand for me
is that there's a level. I'm telling you, I say this. This is what I teach my youngins at the community center I work at. The only bond we have as men is honor. And if I can honor you with respect at any given moment, it grows our relationship in the sense that I see that. Yeah. I see the fact that.
And that's why I choose respect over loyalty. At the end of the day, I would rather have respect than loyalty. You know what I'm saying?
They kind of go hand in hand.
No.
I mean, but you can. But no. At the end of the day, you could be loyal to him. I mean, you could be respecting a motherfucker and not be loyal to him.
Hold on. Before you dive in there, go ahead.
I got a couple things. 3 things to say. First, I'm gonna speak on. I think demographically, it matters. It's accepted. It may not be accepted. I'm gonna just say I'm kind of I'm in the neutral zone with that, and only because I grew up with my grandparents, right? Mm-hmm. People fresh out the mud. You understand? Mm-hmm. Children of slaves, right? Mm-hmm. When you hear shit like my cotton was too clean, and you're like, well, what does that mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, I ain't pick it fast enough and have enough blood on my hands, so they sent me in the house. When you hear shit like that, and then you understand what the word meant to them, or what was the science, what it was meaning, you know what I mean, what it was doing to them, it makes you think, damn, I say the word nigga all the time, you know what I mean, but when you start to hear it, and so I can also say she was white passing, and so my grandfather, I got great uncles that got blonde hair, blue eyes, y'all wouldn't even know that based on my complexion.
I hear you.
See what I'm saying? So when you say
3 generations,
I mean, I couldn't tell you I couldn't sit here and say he a black man or a white man because I got cousins that are black men. You got black in you. Assume. You're a black man. That's the drop rule, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I can't just say, oh, he's black or white. I don't know. I can't. You can't assume. So when you hear it to check somebody off break, you might be in the wrong. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? You never know. Yeah, and so it's kind of one of those things where you can't always speak on it if you don't have all the facts.
It's a messed up thing.
I would just say that I disagree there because that you playing a game of semantics, right? So if you talk about the fact, if you talk about the drop rule, so I'm by ancestry, I think I'm 23% black, but because my dad's half black, his mom was white, his dad was black, so I'm like 23% black. That's not really enough, in my opinion, to be like, oh, yeah, what's good, my nigga, and walk around like everything's sweet to everybody that's black and expect them to understand. So, to expect them to understand, expect you to understand.
Let me ask this, though. How long do we hold on to this word? And make it this fucking thing, this issue. Like how many generations after generations after generations before we let the fucking word go to the point where it don't really affect us no more.
Mm-hmm. It's almost a reach when people be almost trying to.
Like when do we get to that point?
Wayne, go ahead.
It's in a different category now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's all, like I said, semantics. Like Rim was saying, it's based on how the word is used. At this point, for me,
I'm gonna compliment you on that.
You know what I'm saying? Because nigga can be the same word as bitch.
I was just,
how you say it to me means a whole lot about how this conversation is going.
Right. To compliment what Wayne said.
Your intentions.
Your intentions
behind the word.
Right. Compliment what he said. I've said the same thing. How this motherfucker say this?
Yeah, how'd you say that?
If you come at me, like if I hear nigga, like I hear bitch, or pump, or like it is a part of me as a man, or all of us. We sit in this room.
It might be
as
more
as a man.
Boy, might
watch your mouth. Watch your mouth when you talking to me.
Yeah, boy.
Like at some point, it's like I'm a man, like you a man. Mm-hmm. Why did you just say that? Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like I remember I went to a party one time with somebody, and it was all European Americans there. Mm-hmm. And everybody else was, hey, how you doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? I knew the couple that threw the party, but everybody else I didn't know.
Right.
My girl knew the girl of the host of the party. We go in, the dude goes, yeah, everybody like, hey, what's up? What's up? And I hit this one dude, what's up, dog? Like the way he said it,
right.
It was like he said nigga.
Yeah. It was disingenuous. It wasn't like
he said it. It was like
he was trying. He was trying.
Everybody in the room felt it. It was like
he trying.
Everybody like looked up like, why he just say that?
It didn't fit.
And then after he said it, the dude that hosted, he was like, man, I'm sorry for that, man. You know, I don't know where the hell that came from, but I apologize for that. I said, man, don't worry about it. That wasn't you. You know what I'm saying? But again, there's certain words that can be said that are disrespectful. It could just be dog.
Right. It could be dog, right?
But what was it really disrespectful, or was he just trying to fit into an environment where?
But it was
trying to
right.
So I was the only one in the environment for him to throw it. So in that same sense, it's like, why not respect? Like, why the fuck? Why you do that? Right. Why you go DMX on me, bro?
Yeah, it was too disingenuous.
Like, why not just say, hey, what's going on? Everybody else said, hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? It was. So when he took it to dog, it was even the way he said it. What's up, dog? It was like some
too much. I mean, I don't know. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe he was trying too hard
to fit in.
Yeah, that's all.
But trying too hard to. He didn't read the room because even his homeboys was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody was like on a cringe.
Like you, I think you hit it a minute ago. It wasn't genuine.
Right.
He was forcing something.
There you go. He was.
I don't know how you was trying to force it, but you was forcing it. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're trying to say, Seth. I think like ignorance will come across as a lack of respect real easily. Especially if I don't know you.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts. Definitely.
If you don't, you know, I think it's in a weird place. Like you saying, how long you gonna hold on to the word? Because people don't know what they holding on to. Like,
thank you.
So
facts.
There's no
facts.
So it's half and half. There's some people that will take it, go ballistic. It's some people who just like it don't matter who say it or how you say it. You know, because a lot of people my generation don't take nothing seriously.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like that, along with everything else, holds no power over them. But I think the way I look at it is, like just like people who's like lighter skin. The people, I only take offense to it. All right, so how I say with my Arab homie, right? We let him say it and everything. While you are white, technically like just by skin color, because white's not an ethnicity, but like, your people didn't do anything to me. So I look at it as any like nationality that has been oppressed by the people that oppressed us and said to us derogatory. You know, if you've been in that same boat as us and just in a different fashion, then I got no problem with you saying it, because they gonna look at you as a nigga. Like if it came down to something. You know what I'm saying? If it came down to something like Dad was talking about COVID earlier, about people they getting up out there and survive, it's going to hit niggas first. It's going to hit everybody, but you know, like the quote unquote white man, like the white man that was whipping the white man that called you nigga in a bad way. So that's where I draw the line at. Like if your people had been oppressed by the same people that oppressed my people, then all right, go ahead and say nigga because you are
enemy.
But you still can't say it to everybody, because one, not everybody think like that, and two, some people, you know, how this may sound like, might look like I've seen some Hispanics that look just straight up white.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you might go around saying nigga, you know, we know you Hispanic, you know, your mama know, I don't know. All I see is someone who was fair skinned. So yeah, but that's the two parts. I think the line, if you've been oppressed, you've been treated like a nigga, then I don't have a problem with you saying nigga, and then also just know what you're fighting for. Like, you know, like, not just the word.
No, it's not just a word. Yeah. Right.
And at what point you let it go is, one, we know we're fighting for, and two, if you can actually make it into something, like, kind of positive. In any way. Because, like, people like to say it is, but at the same time, though, if someone does say it to you sideways, then you still are going to go bad, so you just kind of pretending.
And that's the hip-hop, though. I'll say also, just to compliment what Nephew saying, that's the hip-hop of it. If you actually think about the word nigga, there's a hip-hop to it. There's a conscious spiritual significance that I'm signifying to you. What's up, nigga?
Q-Tip.
There's love. A whole song there's about love.
The nigga.
There's love
nigga.
when I say
wherever
that.
You
it ain't no just, I'm trying to be cool with you.
Right.
What's up, nigga? What's up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I got a question for him.
I'm sorry.
You got a question for him?
No, just to your point about your friend or the gentleman you spoke about that was Arabic. So if I told you they had 150,000 slaves in Afghanistan, darker than me, would that make you feel different about him saying that, or does he have to understand the word? Because they are being oppressed by the same things that we are, but we're not hearing that in our news, in our media. But that is a fact, by the way. But yeah, so you got 150,000 niggas, you know, jet black in Afghanistan that are like it was 300 years ago.
Okay. That's a conversation to be had then. Then you know what I'm saying? Then I'm alright bet. Then we go back and forth and we find a consensus. You know, not just like with anything. Like I'm not like too, how can I put it? Like I'm firm on my stances, but I'm not stuck in. Right. So like, you know, like if I gotta, you know, I'm not like if my stance is sinking, I'm not stuck in it. You know what I'm saying?
The more you know,
but it's back to what you fighting for, because he may not even know that information. You know, especially being American born or, you know, third, fourth generation, whatever it may be.
Well, I'll say, just to compliment what you're saying and what my nephew was saying, in a discussion, and one of the things that Elder taught me was Neely Fuller. And if any of y'all have ever studied Neely Fuller, he talks about that an argument is set up to win and a discussion is set up to see things from different perspectives. Right now, we have a discussion. You got a perspective, you got a perspective, everybody got a perspective in here. So in that sense, when we start talking about something, it's a bunch of windows that can be open. So I can step over to the nephew and say, oh, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm where I'm at on the spectrum, 20, 25 years, 30 years over nephew. But hearing his perspective gives me something to be able to work with. So in that sense, again, it goes back to the discussion. It's
Great
a beautiful
areas.
thing that I can hear from another man's shoes, how he walked through a situation. And I can think, man, I ain't never think about it like that.
It's called a gray area, brother. It's a gray area. It's be able to see it from everybody's perspective, man.
Right.
Not just black and white, right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's understanding what how other people see shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then like really understanding that. Like you can hear it, but understand. Okay, all right, I can see that.
To compliment what you're saying, because I love when I hear the word understand. I think about overstand, but that's the overstand. Once you actually understand that me and Nick, in our understandings, and I can respect him in his perspective, there's an overstanding at that point, because we're not combative. There's no argument at this point where I'm right or Wayne wrong or Wayne talking and I'm wrong. It's more to the point we have an overstanding to our understanding.
Yeah,
we can look at our understandings and have an overstanding.
And I think that's what like we talk about friendship. Like I feel like we all have an overstanding of each other because it's necessary. Yeah, and we respect each other for who they are. We know who is going to do what. You know what I'm saying? Like so, yeah, bro.
But
I
think you hit on something. There are way too many arguments in the world and not enough discussions.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
When you're working to see what your man's saying.
Right. Because everyone should enter these situations with an open fucking mind. And too often people enter just closed mind, narrow minded as fuck, and really can't hear the other side. And when you open yourself up to hear the other side, you realize the fallacies in your argument.
Yes.
That's why people don't want to hear the other side.
And no one wants to admit the fallacies in their beliefs,
accountability,
in their arguments,
it's almost
whether
like
it be religion or whatever. But
It goes.
I say this a lot. I say this a lot for myself.
Let me shoot.
The one thing that I know for certain is that I don't know shit.
Nothing. Yeah, exactly.
I don't really know
I'll
anything.
say this to compliment what you're saying, because I'll say this. It goes back to Egypt. The knowledge of self. You do know you exist.
Facts.
So I'll go with the fact I know I'm sitting here talking to y'all, because I don't play with that. How do I know even I'm sitting here talking to y'all? I know I'm talking to my man right here.
Facts.
The reason why I know my man right here, because I know my nephew right here. Because I know my nephew, I know my man right here. So there's a connection in the bond we have. So I do know I exist. So the fact I know I exist, that gives power to, going back to the honor, that we exist. And that's not against what you're saying, but you're right.
No.
To compliment what you're saying, I think that we've been taught by, it's called the Hegelian dialect. It's for us to argue to see who's right. It comes from a European philosophy that we have to argue. And if me and Wayne argue, somebody gonna be right in that. And out of those arguments, but I'll take it back to the indigenous and aboriginal way, that if we talk, like I imagine like our ancestors sitting around a fire, and my man, my nephew got something to say.
It was Chief.
My other nephew got something to say. Wayne got something to say. And out of all of those perspectives, there's a certain knowledge that gives us a wisdom. And by that knowledge, we have a wisdom to look at, okay, he said this, he said that. We take into the different accounts, and then we come up with an overstanding, like you said,
right?
An understanding.
1, 2, 3.
Each one of us have understanding, but out of those different perspective understandings, we have an overstanding that says, okay, all of us got families. Each one of us got women. Each one of us got children. Whatever we're deciding, how will they be affected? And I think, but I'll say this before, real quick.
Commonalities out of your.
But I'll say this: that's the difference between a boy and a man. A man thinks in we and us. You can't think what you doing without thinking about nephew. You can't. Everything that you do includes him.
Right.
That's a man. A boy thinks about it's I and me. I always think about, and I'll give it up after this. My bad about rhyming so long, but you know what I'm saying. I always think about Scarface in the tub. Who put this together? Me. That's who put together. And as he was saying that, his man right there.
Right.
If it wasn't for your man, you would not be where you are. So a boy thinks about I and me, and a man thinks about we and us. And everything that he thinks about in that moment is about, how is my woman gonna be affected by what I do in this moment? How will my children be affected by this moment? You understand what I'm saying? Facts. So in that point, that's again, it goes back to the honor of men. When we say things, when we do what we do, what is the measurement of our manhood in that sense? And some people don't have that. They still stuck in boyhood. I took what you were saying, nephew. I know there was something else.
Oh, no, you good. So what you talk about accountability is like why it's more arguments than conversations. One of the things is like not talked about enough. I think people are now in a like how I kind of feel like switching. So like your perspective makes up like who you are. So in my mind, if you're not willing to change your perspective, you're not willing to be a better person. All right, like if your perspective is you, if you don't better your perspective, then you're not bettering yourself. That's number one. But so I think people are now in a kind of a place where they feel like switching their perspective or switching who they are, especially if they've been that way for a long time, is them switching up or them acting different. You know, like which has negative like things connected to it for some reason, even though when it can be a good thing. But I noticed this like things like this in like juvenile weird ways. But I be on the game, right, and I got like 8 homies I play the game with. Now, it's one of them, I argue with him like every single day, right? And then recently, I sided with him, right? Like, because he was right. And then my other homies who I'm arguing against, they're like, yo, why? Oh, you be arguing with him every day. Why you side with him? I'm like, because he right. Like, it ain't. He's right. Yeah, it ain't about, what I'm saying? I argue because I thought he was wrong. I was going against him because I thought, correct. Yeah, exactly. He's right. Yeah, exactly. This time he's right. You know what I'm saying? So they saying stuff like, okay, Bessie, you be switching up, you don't keep it on, you don't stay this way. So I was like, okay, that's the juvenile example. But I thought back, I was like, how many times have I seen that in life in general? I was like, I think more than just accountability. That's even scary because accountability, like that little voice in your head would tell you like I was wrong. You might ignore it or whatever. But like the feeling of me switching like this is me switching up. I shouldn't be doing this. Like you really feel like you're doing something wrong, and like that's something you don't notice. So that's one reason why it's hard for people to have conversations, not arguments, because they might feel like even if they know they're wrong, they might feel like admitting they're wrong that they're doing something wrong. because they switching up.
Well, change is hard.
Yeah.
Any type of change is difficult for people.
Any change.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you got to change the way you think, that means you got to change a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
And that is hard to do.
That's what you're saying. That's the courage of it. Right. And I'm going to give it back. Just every principle and value of a man stems from courage. We cannot do any value or anything of worthiness of ourselves without courage, because it says, nah, bro, I'm not gonna agree with you on that. That's courage for me to step away and say, bro, like what you just said, hold on.
Yeah.
Like, not you, but you just said you smacked your woman because she got wild with you. Like, hold up, bro. Like, how that work?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I love you. You my man.
You tripping?
Why? You tripping, right? Fix that, because sooner or later, mom's gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, or wifey gonna be like, I got rolled from this bama. This is an unhealthy or toxic situation. But to give it back to you.
Nah, I mean, I feel like, to your point, I feel like changing how you think is only a difficult thing if you operate from a place of certainty, right? Instead of a place of I don't know. If you show up to the table from a place of I don't know, now you can learn, now you can grow, now you can progress. But if you show up to the table from a place of absolute certainty, then there's nothing to be gained. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't gain anything from that. So changing how you think from that point is difficult. But if you show up willing to change and willing to admit that you don't know, that you don't know.
And I agree with that. What I would say is it's not about, like, so you said making it be about certainty. It's not about the certainty aspect of it. It's about comfortability, right? If I'm comfortable being who I am because this is who I've been. So changing is difficult, not because I have to change how I'm thinking in terms of questioning more things or being receptive to seeing it. Whatever it is that's different puts me in a position that's uncomfortable because that's what I'm not used to doing.
To compliment what both of y'all saying.
So anybody that's got to think different, do something different, just changing a routine that's different, anything that is a change related is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
We as people don't generally want to be in uncomfortable situations. That's why it's uncomfortable.
You put that what you just said. I know. I read this book like a while ago. You know, if I'm always studying, people always tell me like, "Yo, you need to read this." You know, I know you be on some intellectual things. It was a Scientology. Now some people be like, "Oh, it's a cult." You know what I'm saying? Don't go with that. I don't care what.
You can say that about everything.
Right. Got something for you.
So if there's something to be gained from it.
What they said in this lesson, what I read was, what they said was, looking through the filter of I know. I already know. That's what it was. Not just I know. I already know. Like, let's say you're a fisherman. Sometimes when you're looking at something, be like, man, I ain't trying to hear. I already know about that.
Yeah.
So you hear this person as though Wayne can't tell me nothing about if both of us mechanics. Both of us mechanics.
Who's that?
I've been working on transmissions for years. At some point, I should be able to listen to Wayne and be like, what does he have to? Because if I only listen to he can't tell me nothing, I can't hear nothing.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm listening through that filter of, and the way it was described in the lesson was, when you're sitting on a porch, and it always makes me think about my cousin Vinny. And it was that dirty ass screen he was talking about, and you really can't see nothing. But you say you saw something, but it was dirty, so you really couldn't see it. So if it's a screen of I already know, it's dirty at that point. I can't see what Nick's saying. I can't see what Wayne's saying. Because I already think I know.
Because you're already right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what the compliment what you were saying.
Yeah, 100%.
Alright, if I start talking too long, stop me. But like, so both of y'all, this thing though, both of y'all.
It's a podcast, and you're supposed to talk.
It's a podcast. It's a podcast amongst multiple people. Here's the thing though, both of y'all are right though. It is certainty and comfortability.
I've been lost for like hours.
Like comfortability is going to breed certainty. If you're comfortable in one thing and keep doing it, you are certain you know where you're going to end up. That's that's the certainty. One of the reasons why change is so hard is because like on the spiritual front, like your body mirrors earth and your body kind of mirrors life. Dr. Bobby Price, Dr. Holistic, he has like a like a little detox joint, and it has different herbs like for you to go a month on. So different people react different ways. They're like, this was the most bitter, this was the most bitter. They said like you gotta learn to love the bitters because the bitters is what's going to like that's what you need the most. So like the different herbs kill the different parasites. So whichever one is the most bitter is that's the one you have the most parasites in you of and is getting rid of. The things that's the most bitter and most hard to change, like just on a life front, is what you're going to need the most.
Need the most change.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So it's bitter. That's why it's difficult. You know, something eating or drinking something bitter is difficult to get down. Pause. It's difficult to get through something. You know what I'm saying? Like a change. Yeah, it's the same thing with a change. Like it's difficult to get through, but stuff like that is hard to do because you can't see it. You can taste the bitter and be like, all right, I got it. This has to go. Like you can't see it. It's something in the back of your head. Another way though why people don't want to change is, and something they hide behind is like the thing of fact and opinion. So I'll go back and forth with people and like we just won't get to a consensus and they'll say, okay, well it's my opinion and then we're supposed to move on. My thing is like, yeah, okay, we can do that. You know, like I say there's no in life there's no right answer but there's wrong ones. You know what I'm saying? I can't. There's no one. Something I live by is life is circumstantial. There's no one size fits all for everything, and there's not one size fits all for the same problem in different situations. An opinion is what's an opinion? Opinion is how you think. All right, how do you think? How do you act? All right, based off what you've been through, based off what you learned, information. If the information you got was false, then you have a false opinion. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I try to talk to people. No, because people would just straight up say to me, "I bet it's my opinion. Opinion can't be wrong." I can't. Yes, you're entitled to it. I can't just say your opinion's wrong. That's almost like me looking down on you all the way as a person. But you gotta realize, like, your opinion might not be wrong, but your opinion got you doing the wrong things. It's difficult. So like all those, like, an accumulation, everything that's been said in like the last 30 minutes is like distributed through different people and how they act, and it's all like a little crock pot of different reasons why it's more arguments than conversations. Because there's no middle ground, no consensus, there's no real.
You know the crazy thing is, I wish you did this shit in school, nigga.
He had the moment. He had the pause moment.
We had such a hard time. We had such a hard time.
His mind is open and he's willing to make those changes. He recognized the bitters now.
Dropped the mic.
Yeah, that was fire right there. You hear me?
I passed right into history. It was just the math.
I feel you, man. Shit.
Certain things hit. Certain things hit.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull a question from the bowl real quick, y'all, and then we can go ahead and get about it here.
I've been lost for like the past 30 minutes. So.
All right, hold
these
on.
questions
Mike
have
is
been
set.
absurd and ridiculous.
I mean, these questions that Mike has put in the bowl.
It was a real good question. I'm glad Pete missed this because Pete would have enjoyed this conversation. He definitely would. Yes, he would love this conversation. Dumbass nigga, get your ass.
It's all love. It's all love.
All right, here we go. What benefits would you add to work? Think outside the box.
Add to work. Easy.
Like health benefits or like
could be anything.
No, any benefit that make your job better.
I'm gonna say this.
like actually like an announcement shit like that.
That's a good.
For y'all all to be able to
yes.
kind of hit it because it's one of the things I work at a community center, and I say this. I'm an assistant director with the teens, and I do the programming or whatever. But one thing I know about what I do now is it's my calling. It's not just my job. It's not just my career. It's part of my calling. So I was able to, and it's a blessing to me that I'm able to make money from something that's my career, but also my calling to reach youngins. You understand what I'm saying? And help them get from that adolescence to adulthood. So in that sense, just what you were saying is I'm a benefit. It makes me think about what Bob Marley said one time when they said, you know, why you do what you do. He said, because I want to be beneficial to my people. So in that sense, there's a benefit to what I'm doing because it's my calling, but it also gets into my career. But it comes out of all the different jobs I had when I was like, nah, this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So
now how you gonna make it better?
Look. I ain't gonna lie.
Everything that what I do,
Roan, everything you said was dope.
How do I make it better?
You didn't provide us with near benefit that was going to change the motherfucking job in any way, shape, or form. My nigga, what benefit do you want? What benefit that you could get? Like, they gonna give you free cheeseburgers? They gonna give you free.
What's the benefit of my job? Right?
No. This is unlimited.
What benefit would you add to your job to make it better?
One benefit is funds. I'll say this. I work for the county, so
you want more money.
You want
to get paid more.
I'll say this.
Not for him.
I'm gonna take it to another level.
For the program.
What I realize about a lot of government programs, they give you just enough.
Yeah.
And what it makes me think about is in the slave ships.
I want more.
In the slave ships, they would say,
Power to the
all right,
people.
we know we got 40 people down there. Let's say we got 40 people on this ship. I'm only going to give 20 meals. Because I know the strongest going to survive to get them 20 meals. And they'll kill off the ones. So a lot of times I feel as though we set up for failure. So the benefit, as far as what I've started to see is understanding that
I
am
I got something about that. I like that.
I try to be beneficial to the job that I do, no matter what I'm doing. I try to make sure that I say this, and I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Excuse my language on the F-bar. This elder told me when I first started doing what I'm doing, she invited me to a father figure joint. And what she said was, I was like, but I'm not a father. You know what I mean? I'm a father in love to my girl and her sons. But at the same time, not my girl, but her sons. It's like I'm not a father. I didn't have a biological son or girl, or I don't have that. And she said, yeah, Roan, but you've been a father figure to a lot of men that you work with. Yeah. And she said, the one thing that it is that I like about you, there's all these people that just want to show up to the table. But she said, the one thing about you, Roan, you not only show up at the table, but you bring something for everybody else there. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I speak, I try to make sure that what I'm saying is beneficial to the people. So I think sometimes, going back to what he was asking me about, I think sometimes that they set us up for failure, and out of that failure, we got to keep going, and make sure we still beneficial in those moments, no matter what your job is providing you. You understand what I'm saying? So I'll say that.
I do similar work to you, so I agree with you. I wouldn't say that they set us up for failure. They set us up so we got to keep coming back to them. You know what I'm saying? They give you just enough that you can't be independent, that you can't go on your own and say, oh, look, we done solved the problem. We got this shit right. Now you got to keep coming back. Just enough come back and get some more shit from me. Or do this shit the way I said to do it. Or you can't get these little things. Exactly.
I just don't really want to be independent, though.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
You know, I was saying you want the perks of it, but you know, can I work with you? That can be a benefit. Get working up.
Have you come up?
See, my answer is completely different. Yeah. I want benefits like monetary benefits. I want money. I want breaks. Yeah. I want all types of shit. I could just vacate when I want. I could just leave. Yeah. They got a nap room, massage chairs. They got bitches coming to give massages at work or something. I don't know.
I feel you,
all the cool shit you ever thought about. If I can get that as a benefit, put it as a benefit. What you mean? Provided lunch every day.
Say what you saying about it. For me, did I answer the question?
You did. Absolutely. Which is very heartfelt. You know what I mean? I was thinking more like Chick-fil-A. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you took it from the heart. You know, you came from the heart. Like you was there. You know, I was thinking more like Chick-fil-A.
You know what I'm saying? I will say this about Chick-fil-A. I'll say this. I love the fact. Just what you just said. One thing that Chick-fil-A workers give to the game.
Wait, we talking about Chick-fil-A
They
now?
make you feel up. I'm gonna tell you, when they used to say, when they used to say real quick, I'm gonna get back to you. When they say,
my pleasure.
For the longest time, I was like, is she flirting with me?
How do we get here?
I'm like, she's trying to holler at me, bro. Like, she kind of cute. She's trying. But then when the dude said, I'm like, y'all all say that.
That's all right. That's all everybody.
I think for me,
years ago, it finally came to.
I just want to work 4 days a week. That's it.
So shorten the work week.
That's a good one. Shorten the work week. Yeah.
Keep the same pay and all
that.
Yeah. Benefits.
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't really gonna say nothing. I don't really like the question.
I don't like it either. But free benefits, all types of stuff.
That's why I try to make a left with that.
Benefit to work.
I mean, because I'm
gonna add any benefit you want to work.
I'm gonna go pretty pause.
He took the mask off. Okay.
I mean, I'm on the same level as y'all. I mean, because I'm in the school system now, right? Yeah. So a benefit for me would be the school system understanding that certain things aren't for certain people. School ain't for everybody.
Hell no.
School is not for everyone.
Hell no.
I've been, and I already peeped game. I've been there for almost a month.
Some people you be like,
look. I already peeped game.
Certain people,
school ain't for everybody. Why are you here?
Right. Yeah.
Get them the fuck out and get them doing something else. They're not doing nothing but causing a disturbance, and you're not going to discipline them. So get them the fuck out of here. They're not going to class no matter what. I know.
So it's hard to get rid of them Bamas.
But they don't want
there to get a check.
They don't want to be here.
One of them foreign countries, either Japan, China. I don't know. I know Rim's the Google guy, so I don't want to just say random shit that ain't true. But I feel like when you hit like 13 or some grade over there, you take standardized tests and they find you know where you have strengths.
You might need to go
You may need to go to school. You need to go to culinary school, and they start putting you in the program where you have a chance. Hey, you ain't got the grades to go to college.
But earth science ain't for you. What are we doing? Why are we wasting everyone's fucking time?
Why do you need to know about these rocks?
Some people get them out of
bullshit. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Thing, even just compliment what you saying. Where I work, young, it's some people I'm like, bruh, can I help you find another job? Cause you getting on my you get. How are you so unprofessional at this point? You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
I'm not saying you're not gonna be great at some point in your life, but this ain't it.
Facts. We're gonna do one more. Hey, and with that, you got one more?
One more. Steph. You should have put the Bane mask on and say you wanted Venom.
Huh?
You should have put the Bane mask on and say you wanted Venom for a benefit.
Irish priest.
I could be the Riddler now too.
Oh yeah, I don't know how the video works because I don't really watch it. I listen to it, but if you had a green screen, you would just be a floating fucking head.
like the green giant. The green giant.
Microphone in front
The green giant.
It'd just be a face. Hey Rim, what was the face? What was the face on Pee Wee Herman?
It's a cross.
The little genie head, yo, used to pop out.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Wrap it up. We probably about to shut it down in a minute.
Yeah, we're gonna shut it down now.
Now, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
you might as well.
This has been, there's not too many questions in there. You know, this has been another great episode of A Man Say Man. Thank you to everybody coming through. You know what I'm saying?
Halloween episode.
Finally got to do one. You feel what I'm saying? They got the costumes on.
We apologize for no mics.
Piece of ghost. Yeah. We got to upgrade some equipment, but
we need
donate.
like 8 more mics.
Donate.
Please.
That's
donate.
the perk y'all need here. Y'all need some more funds.
Yeah, we definitely need some. Yeah,
I mean, you know, if listeners want to,
for sure,
hold us down, but
Open your wallet.
Hey, this been Nick G.
From the model.
Bane.
Shit, we out.
We out. Peace.